We're back. Good morning. It's Monday. Aaron Wood, how are you?
I'm great, thank you, Nick. And yes, it's an exciting day today. Very exciting.
Yes.
I'm looking at something. I'm looking
Mm.
at something. Um, and all will be revealed.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, all will be revealed in a little while. But I'm
Absolutely.
really good. It's the sun shining here in Lincolnshire, so all is good in the world. How are you doing? Are
Yeah,
you feeling better?
I am feeling better, thank you, and thank you for all the kind words last week. Sorry I missed you. It's the way of the world, isn't it? That sometimes we get set back from what we plan on doing.
We
Um,
do.
but I actually wrote some poetry while I was laid up, so I was quite excited by that. But it's lovely here. I've even got the window open. Can you believe it? I
How
have the
nice.
open. It's such a gorgeous day, and it is filled with brightness and joy and upliftment because, of course, I'm back with my on-screen missus. Um,
Yes.
you've no idea how many people were texting me on Saturday saying, "I've just seen your missus." Because of course you were quite close by. I was doing a wedding, but you were busy working in Cambridge.
I
But
was, yes.
it's really really good to be back, and of course, timing as it is, it's our double dose week.
It is our double dose week. And I also like that's a good word. I like double dose week because we just have fun and laughter all the way. We bring through loved ones from spirit. We chat about all these different wonderful topics. We have the TV family with us, and of course we have Richard in our ear.
Of course. And Richard, of course, is a very, very busy bunny at the best of the times, but he's got his Duracell plugged in and he's gone absolutely full throttle. And again, we'll reveal why shortly, but it is such an exciting day. And of course, as always, we've got loads and loads to get through. Not least of all to for me to catch up on what's been going on while I've been out of the loop, so to speak, although I have been keeping my eye to the ground and my ears open. And yes, I did that deliberately just for giggles. But it's great to be back and see the whole family and have, do you know, it's really, really weird. I don't know about you, Karen, but I actually miss the sound of Richard's voice in my ear sometimes when it's been a while. It's like, where's my
Yes.
guide? Where's my earthly guide? Where's the you need to pronounce that properly and will you stop dropping your T's, you buffoon? And my English language and my pronunciation becomes really, really poor the longer I'm out of Richard's orbit.
Yes, I know. We do miss his beautiful dulcet tones and him sort of like giving us nudges and telling us not to waffle. And remember to say hello to people. So, hello, Linda. Nice to see you. He's
Oh, it's
off.
good to
He's
be back.
off.
He
He's
is,
off.
he is. Hello, mother.
He's off.
Yeah, good reminder. Thanks, mum. For those that are recently new or are watching for the first time, firstly, welcome. But secondly, Facebook asks you to donate stars. We don't, so don't send them to SPTV.
No, definitely not.
Um, it is one of those things that's an automated process. So please do not send stars because SPTV won't get them. Facey will. And while that might be good for them, it doesn't help us. And you would assume that it would be helping the channel, but it really, really doesn't. So keep your money, keep your stars, become a subscriber, and become a VIP instead, or go and subscribe to TikTok. Or if you want messages throughout the show, get Karen and Sharon, because as Karen always says, sharing is caring. Share the
That's it.
show, let people know, comment, like, subscribe, join in the conversation, but do not send stars because you are the
No.
stars.
You
Beep.
know what? You and I must have been on the same wavelength there because I'm saying This is a star-free show apart from the SPTV family, who are all stars. We're in sync today.
We are. Might have been a fortnight, love, but we are definitely on the same page all the time, and I love it, love it, love it.
We are.
And Marjorie Soa has joined the page, quite
Lovely.
literally, from Pittsburgh in Pennsylvania. Good morning or good evening. No, it is still morning for you. Very early morning for you.
Hayley Watts says, lovely to have you back, Nick. Yes, it
Oh,
is.
bless you.
We've missed him. We've missed him. Although I have to say, we were up, and if by magic, I was well looked after and joined by my lovely good friend, Clara, who is also a host on SPTV. And it was lovely to have her with me in your place for last week, Nick. So it was good. I was in good hands last week with our lovely Clara. So thank you, Clara, for doing that for me for last
It's
week.
certainly a really, really good segue. Good morning, Clara, who's just said hello. And thank you for covering, dear.
Hello, Christine Davis. Lovely to have you with us.
Absolutely. Kazar, good morning, my darling.
I met Kazza on a Zoom the other week.
Did you?
Yes, look, 2 days ago, actually. Yes. I was working with Clara and we jumped in. I think it might have been Friday. I can't remember now. The days have gone. No, Thursday, I think. I can't remember anyway. I jumped on a Zoom. So that was good. That was good.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And there's Paul Bain. Good morning to you. Welcome along.
Hello, Cheryl. Lovely to have you with us all the way from Adelaide.
Fabulous. There's an Adelaide near me. It's 2 miles away. It's called Queen Adelaide. It's a few miles down the road from Prick Willow. Good morning, Terry Louise. Welcome along. Good to see
Hello,
you.
Terry. Hello, Kelly. Good day.
Oh, and hello, Sophie and Emily.
Hi, Sophie and Emily. Oh, is it? Of course, it's Bank Holiday Monday, isn't it? Of course, the kids are off. Yes, absolutely. So I hope you're enjoying the sunshine and had enjoyed your long weekend. So that's good.
Absolutely. And of course, we are joined by the lovely Kelly Roquette and Lisa Lizzie. Hello to you. I love your picture.
Hello, Helen Smith. Nice to see you.
And Chrissy Wheatley. Hello, my darling.
Sam B. Good morning.
And Caroline Murphy's in the house with Kazza, because Kazza's always in the house.
Michelle, lovely to see you. We'll be doing messages later, so just hang on.
Breathe and be ready, because we will be spitting out spirit like no tomorrow. Shaz Fairy. Fabulous. And Shaz Fairy, we've just said hello to and is on, had her own show with the lovely Ashley Oliver, who is also an SPTV host and a very good friend. They worked together last week. Wonderful. Well done, Shaz.
Well done, Shaz. So pleased that you've you did it. I'm really proud. Well done.
Yeah,
well done.
Definitely. It takes courage to jump in feet first sometimes, but once you do, you just love splashing about. Sarah Trink Weston, good morning to you.
Karen Stubbs, good morning to you. Once you're in the water, you don't want to get out.
Absolutely. Deb Callow, I love your duck. That is called cute.
Good morning, Diane S. Moore. Lovely to have you with us.
And Nicola is here saying hello to all of the SPTV family, of course. Don't forget that.
Yes, Michelle, we do mediumship. There will be some later on.
Absolutely. This is such a fun show because it is kind of like a really light-hearted service without the prayers. We have the information about what's coming up for the rest of the week, so you know what's going on. We talk about various different spiritual aspects. We do share some special announcements every now and again.
We do.
And we let you know what's coming on later on. And we also have a couple of, he hates it when I say this, and I've got 2 weeks worth of makeup. we have some lovely VTs to play about various different things, including our other outside broadcast co-host, the lovely Kate May, who is coming up later. And Diane says that she's new. She's new, so welcome along, Diane. You've just seen what's going to happen today. Mediumship and talk and chat and discussion and information. It's just so exciting.
And of course, if you've got anything that you want to share with us, any thoughts, any questions, please put them in the chat and Richard will put them on and we can talk about it. So this is an interactive show. So
Absolutely.
we love to hear your views, your comments, your questions, and we will do our best to chat about them. And obviously, when we talk about things, it's our opinion. It's just what we think. So we're putting our bit in the pot as well.
Absolutely.
Hello, Claire Bicknell. Lovely to have you join us this morning. Lovely.
Absolutely. And Sarah McGeechee, good morning. Seems forever since I saw you, Sarah.
Morning, Sarah.
22 hours ago. And of course, good morning to everyone who's joining us today. Whether you've commented or not, we say hello. And if you have commented and we haven't seen you, we do apologize, but it's been a while and we want to catch up. So it is an exciting day. I'm so happy to be back with me on screen, Mrs. And me behind the screen conscience. And good morning to Chris Archibald. Hello, good to see you, dear. Again. So we have got so much to get through and so much to unpack. So of course today we have got the tarot scope from Kate May, which is always something that everyone looks forward to. I know we have got the what if of the week. Oh my, it's going to be amazing, and I know it's going to pluck the heartstrings of everyone watching. As Karen has pointed out, we will be moving forward with giving our readings from spirit and our messages from spirit and proving the continuity of life. But of course, we did mention that we make special announcements, and there's something that I used to love doing at school. We called it something a bit different when I was a kid, but it's known these days as show and tell. And Karen's got a bit of a show and tell today, haven't you, Dart?
No, I would never do that, Richard, I can assure you. So I have got I have got a little package here. Now, you may remember, if you look, if you're on Facebook, Richard put up a few pictures of the boxes of our wonderful SPTV cards arriving, and mine has arrived. So we thought it might be nice if I open them and we all get to have a look. So here we go. So I'm going to, right, let's have a open, right, okay. See what's in here.
Here we go. Drum roll.
There.
Hey.
So,
wow.
hashtag I've got the cards.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, yes, Linda, drum roll. So here they are. The box is lovely. And I open it up. And on top is the book. So there's the little booklet. Now, you may remember that Richard also mentioned that the type inside is a little bit small. Well, I can read the back of the cards, okay, Richard. So that's good. So I'm going to open them up. And it is a tad small, I'll be honest, but I can read it. So you can read it. And I've got my glasses on, I know. So these are 2.5s, so I can read it. Bathed in the celestial light, too. So there's the book inside.
Wait.
So there we are. There's the book. So it is a little bit small, but it's fine to read.
Perfectly
but
formed.
Richard did say that we could have the download.
Yeah.
So
So he's including a link so that you can go and download the book in bigger form, and then you can zoom into your heart's content and don't need a magnifying glass
absolutely,
like Richard reckoned
absolutely.
that he needed. But it looks absolutely amazing. Beautiful box, gorgeous book. What else is
A
in
little
that
bit
magic box?
a little bit of interest about SPTV at the back. Yes, Terry,
Yeah.
small and perfectly formed. Absolutely. So, oh, I like. Oh, right. Okay. So at the front of the booklet, oh, there's different layouts. 1 year ahead spread, Celtic cross spread, 10 cards, decision making spread. Now that's a good one. I like that. Oh, I might have to have a look at that one. 6 card insight spread, elemental spread, relationship spread, 3 card spread. Oh, using the cards. 1 card daily draw as well, which is sometimes what I do. I just draw a card for a little bit of inspiration. So, yeah, it looks fabulous, Richard. Well done. So there's 22 major arcana cards, 9 main archangels, 40 life cards, and 4 elements cards, and 3 unnamed cards. So that's absolutely amazing. There's an introduction. So where do we get the download from, Richard? Where do we find the?
Be personal emails sent out with a link to click and view. So you won't even have to type anything in. Richard will email everyone who's made a purchase, and you just click a button. That is gorgeous. Do you know what? With all of these daily spreads and small
Ooh,
packages, there's a lot of innuendo going on in the comments, and I
ah,
loves it. So what else is in your package, my dear?
the
There
cards,
we
and
go.
you know what? When I get cards, I like to feel them. I like, that's made it worse, I'm sure.
You
I,
really helped the innuendo bingo there.
oh dear, we'll get struck off in a minute. I know. I always like to sort of. I like to sort of have a look at them. I like to, and the artwork is absolutely fabulous, really beautiful. So I'm just going to cut the pack here and just see what I've got. Ooh,
Excellent.
Destiny.
Well, there you. Wow, how ironic.
And they're absolutely. I mean, I know I've seen you. I know I've seen them on the screen, and also Richard uses them on TikTok. But to actually see them up close and personal, the colours, Richard, well done. They're really beautiful. That's the vibrant gold there. Really lovely.
Yeah.
So, and Terry's just asked a question, Richard. Which spread would you recommend? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna have a little look at them later. The 3 card. Okay, the 3 card is the best one, and they're really gorgeous. They're really gorgeous. So, reconnecting. They're beautiful, Richard. I have to say, I'm very impressed. Well done. Fabulous.
I cannot wait to get my small package in the
Oh,
post from Richard. And I
I
have
like
to
that
admit,
one.
I agree with you, Richard. The 3 card layout is the most useful, user friendly arrangement to make use of with cards. Now, what have you got there, Karen?
The warrior. Oh, I like that.
He's my
Warrior princess.
favorite.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Brilliant. He thinks of everything. Richard's just been
He's a
explaining
clever lad.
that
He
there
is.
were 3 options for finish. There was silk and gloss and matte, and he went for the matte option so that anyone using them online doesn't get the glare and the reflection. He just thinks of everything he does. He really, really does. Good morning, Tina, all the way from the USA, by the way. Good morning to you. Oh,
There you
oh,
go, Nick.
hello. There's my friend.
There's
Hello.
your friend.
I'll have you
Yeah.
soon.
Oh, they're really beautiful.
Yes. With any luck, I will get my sticky mitts on him tomorrow.
Now, now,
And the
now,
card.
now. I don't know. I think we better change the subject, don't you?
No.
They're
Um,
absolutely beautiful.
gonna say what do you
They
do you
feel
get
good.
any no.
No,
Do you
I
get
know,
any
I know.
spiritual vibration from them? What do they feel like to hold in terms of comfort and ease and access? Do they slide nicely? Do they spread
They do.
nicely?
They spread beautifully, and I'm getting healing actually.
Oh,
Healing.
wow.
Yeah, that's the word that comes as I've got them in my hands. I'm feeling healing.
Wonderful.
And what I also like, and I'm going to use them probably in a different way to everybody else. As I said before, I'm going to work with them with philosophy as well, because you
Yes.
a lot of them have got names on. So here we've got finances, um, foundations. Now, wouldn't that be a wonderful topic for a talk, Nick?
It really, really would.
Foundations. So you can hold the card and feel that word physically and see where we go. So these will be used. I've got a few workshops coming up in the Northeast in August. These will be used when I go up to the Northeast for on two levels. On two
Yeah.
levels. So yeah, that's right. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So what I would do there with the three cards that don't have any titles, you could look at the card and feel it and see what title you would give it. That would be a good one. So
Absolutely.
you can test them on us if you like, Karen. Well, what
Uh,
we've decided to do, Sandy, because Nick hasn't got his, I don't want to do it. I've just opened the pack today, and I'm going to do my picture to say hashtag I've got the cards, which I would say, please, can everybody do that? But we are going to use them when Nick gets his on Wednesday because we thought it would be important if we did it together when we both got them. So
which is so sweet of you and lovely because it is exciting. It's just as being part of the conversation, but let's be honest, mostly observers in this. It's been such a journey, and Richard has had my hugest of sympathies throughout this whole journey because he has been fighting hammer and tong to get these out. There's been a lot of questions. I know Marjorie from Pennsylvania was one of them. How do we get these? Are these available? To explain, this is a very, very special edition, limited run pack. He's put the mark on it.
limited
Richard
edition.
Richard's going to come on absolutely and explain the details of there are some left to be purchased. And Richard's going to be sorting that out once he's sent out to everyone. But let's be honest, it wouldn't be the reveal day about these cards, and it wouldn't be hashtag I've got the cards day without a word or three or 27 from the man himself. Richard, are you there?
No, I'm not here.
I don't know why I'm surprised. That is one of
Good
your
morning.
favourite go-tos.
It
And
is.
morning, mate. How you doing?
I'm doing really well. Good morning, everybody. How's everyone doing today?
We are not so bad. We are not so bad. How are your thumbs? How are your fingers? And how is your tongue after all those envelope lickings?
No, not any
You don't
licking.
do that now.
Get that smile off your face.
Sticky bits.
Anyway, keeping it clean, Nick. The envelopes are south
I was
adhesive.
just being exaggerated
Yeah.
of the F.
So yeah, they're south adhesive, which is fine. So all I've had to do is buy some ink, buy some labels, buy the envelopes in a box of 100. And so
Yeah.
when the boxes turned up with the cards, I felt sorry for the delivery man because he can only carry two at a time. So he was going back and forth to his van. And the look that I had, I just, not my fault. um, so yeah, so that was that. And then obviously then the envelopes turned up and then the ink and the labels all turned up. So I sent out, I think so far I've sent out about between 16 and 20 because the post office has asked me not to do all at the same time, do like 20, 15 to 20 in batches per day to help them out, which is fine. So yeah, but it's one thing I didn't realize, and I'll be honest with everybody, is the increase in postage. I wasn't aware that there was an increase and it went up an additional £3. So it was like, ouch, sort of thing. So yeah. So but the new cards will be available. So thank you to everybody who pre-ordered. If it wasn't for you, these cards would not be in existence. So all those who pre-ordered, thank you once more time. So those people would get their packages, their boxes first before anyone else. Once they've all been done, people can then order theirs, the new packs. But sadly, because they never supported, I don't mean it in a disrespectful way, to raise the funds, the price has gone up because I'm respecting the people who's paid, and I'm paying for the postal and packaging out of my own pocket to say thank you, so that there is an increase of those who wish to purchase the leftovers after that, if that makes sense, to reimburse myself of the loss, if that makes sense. Yeah.
So bring it back to in order to bring back the cost of it, so that it's not costing because I know it's not coming out of SPTV. You just stick your hand in your pocket and deal with it. But I don't think that's fair. So I agree with the price going up, because we don't want, as Terry says, we don't want you out of pocket. And what Kelly Rocket said was gorgeous, by the way. At the end of the day, if you make a purchase of something, you expect to pay for the cost of that product. So as prices have gone up, as it's been expensive, of course the price is going to go up. I mean, let's face it, everything else is. Marjorie says, yes, absolutely understandable. I agree with you. It is such it's really, really heartwarming to see the comments today. I do just want to dive in and say, Cherry Ann, yes, it's winding its way to Littleport as we speak. And as I'm planning to be using mine on Wednesdays, yours will be here too, ready for when you come over in June. But this is the wonderful thing. People who are Cherry messaged me, said, would it save him a few quid if he sent mine to yours? Because I'll be there in a month. And Sarah, I agree with you. Cannot be expected to cover postage and packing. It's just not fair.
No.
We sent I say we as the royal we. The Queen was with me, you see, that's why I say royal we. Anyway, when I went to send a package to Canada, it was £20. Yeah.
Wow.
That's
so basically straight away lost £15 straight away of the packet of the cards itself. So there was no money. It covered the costs of the postage, but it didn't cover the costs of the actual cards itself. Yeah, but so with the new packs, I'm only selling them to the UK. But those who live abroad, if they want them, then if they send me their address, I can then let you know how much that's going to cost and how much you have to pay additionally. Because once these cards are done, I will not be doing any more. This has been a complete minefield. So not again. Hence why on the pack it says limited edition. And I think we've only got, I think, 36 left. So.
Yeah.
Right.
And to be fair, Richard, it shows your level of self-restraint and professionalism that you only described it as a minefield, because it has been it has been one mighty journey, and it starts out as a wonderful idea, a great idea. Something creative to keep you occupied. It then becomes an adventure, and then it becomes a journey. And before you know it, you're miles from home with worn out shoes, and you don't know where you are. And that's always the risk with something like that. And the fact that you only describe it as a minefield, you know, is amazing. But yeah, so Richard isn't and would never ask, but you know what? I'm going to send you a few extra quid for the postage and packing.
That's
And you know, I just think I think it's fair. You know, I mean, it's been an immense journey, and it's been an experience to watch it. And you know, when I first went, you know, independent, self-employed, doing all this sort of stuff, from like having a full-time job to becoming, I was thinking of all the different things that I could do in order to raise myself a few quid. And somebody suggested a tarot deck, and then Richard said he was going to be doing one. I thought I'll just watch and see how it goes. I won't be doing one. But
well, you can still do
I
them.
know
But
there.
what people don't realise, sorry, then, is that they go along to an online store and they buy a pack for about £15, including postage and packaging. But what they forget, it's produced in China, it's mass produced, um, and there's one person that springs to mind. I won't mention the names, but they just repeat themselves. Different packs, similar wording, and this individual does it all the time, and they have hundreds of packs out there, and but they don't
Yeah,
mean anything. Where
yeah,
when you create your pack, Nick, it'll be meaning from you. So your heart goes into it, your mind
yeah.
goes into it, your creativity goes into it, and that's the difference. Because where they
And
mass
it
Yeah.
produce
certainly
their
is.
cards into thousands, this is just
Yeah,
100.
absolutely.
I have to say,
Yeah.
Richard, holding that pack and knowing the story, you know, from sort of when you first started it, or I came in sort of midway through. Um, I know I know the story, and I just they feel lovely. You can feel the love, you can feel the heat. The first thing I got was healing, so you can feel that. But when you changed it to limited edition, people like sometimes what they can't have, or what they can't, you know, what is limited, and these will always be very special.
Yeah.
I bought my first
Do you
pack
want me to tell
of
you a little
cards.
secret?
What?
Oh, exclusive
A
from
little
Richard.
secret,
Oh,
a little secret for you here, Karen. When
what's
I
that?
pack every card, every box, as I'm putting it
Mm.
in there, I say, please guide Karen with these cards.
Oh, that's lovely.
Oh, oh,
Oh, that's so
So when I put
sweet.
like Nick's in, it's like, please guide Nick with these pack. So I do that on every
Oh,
single pack that I've posted out so
you can
far.
and
feel that. You
yeah.
can
The
feel
one
that.
thing that people forget is that intention is everything. And by doing
Oh,
that, as you're doing
absolutely.
it does make a difference. And, you know, we mustn't forget, of course, that not only has Richard invested time and creativity in it, one of the other unique things about this pack is that he worked with the VIPs in the VIP area to decide which of the cards he'd created were actually going to go into the deck as well. So it has been this huge collective emotional journey. And that means so much more than, like you said, one of those mass produced ones that has no, you know, real, you know, focus on it. You probably know every single pixel of every single image. And you know, I mean, me and Karen, we really enjoyed working with them when you put them on the screen, and we
Exactly.
were giving readings from them. So we've become accustomed to the pack being part of our lives already as well. So it's probably
Yeah.
like the postage stamp friend on Zoom scenario for you, Karen, today, because all you've ever done is seen them on screen, and now they're
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I have to say that, you know, that's why I knew which card. I thought I've got to find him. I've got to find him because I know it's Nick's favourite. So, and we've had our favourite cards that we've worked with, haven't
yeah,
we? You
yeah,
know, and we have seen them on screen, but I have to say they're better, much better to see them. The colours are more vivid. There's more detail, and the feeling. You know, it is all about the feeling. That, you know, I'm quite a tactile girl, so I like a book instead of reading a tablet. I like a card rather than sort of. Although I know we had this question, we had this topic the other week about digital stuff and AI and things like that. For me, there are some things that you just got to hold
yeah,
and look at and cards and books are one of them. So I'm really excited that I've got them, and I will be using them. They will be also, I will use them for myself, but I will also use them in my teaching. So they're going in my teaching bag now. They will be coming with me to the Northeast because I have a plan for them. I have a plan.
When you actually read the book,
and you know what?
Sorry, Nick, again, I'm going to go into Chrissy's question in a minute, but when you read the pack, Karen, you've got through the actual each card, you've got the first paragraph that talks about the card, as in the vibrant colours, the wings being spread, what that all represents. And then you have the meaning of the card, or the word, I should say. So there's two things to that one individual card. But going on to Chrissy, question here is, can't you research postage price before you send and quote people the price of postage, and they agree to send you the postage as well as the cards, and you can't pick up from your house, say if you go into the post office? I'll answer the first question, second question first about the post office. I don't mind, to be honest with you, because I go shopping. I like to go shopping like daily if I can, because I don't like doing big shops. So it's a way for me to get out, do some exercise by walking. So I don't mind going off to the post office. It's about a 20-minute walk, 2 minutes by car, sort of thing. So I don't mind that at all. As to the research to postage, I did research the postage, but that was before the prices went up, which I wasn't aware, because when I stood there on Friday and on Saturday, because on the Friday were the special delivery ones, I wanted to get them out quickly as possible. And then on the Saturday, that was everybody else as well. So there were two different prices. And when I stood there and I said, well, wait a minute, you told me it was this price. Oh, yeah, but the price has gone up.
Yeah.
Well, why didn't you put a sign up? As to the other prices, I couldn't do that until the day. So then I get the receipt and then I can actually see, even though I did ask beforehand, but as I said, the prices went up. But I was shocked to see that package. I think it was £9.65 just to send the pack to Canada. So it was like, wow, which I wasn't expecting that. So, but because of the printers, just go back to Terry's comment there, sorry, quickly. Yes, the delay for the printer sadly meant you had to pay for the increased cost. It was an annoying thing as well, because when I ordered all these before Christmas, they set me a price, and in January they increased their price. So it was an additional £157 on top of what I already paid. So it became more expensive. And by that time, hence why the choice was either get the booklets printed bigger size, which meant more money. But because of the constant delays, I thought, no, I can't delay anymore. They've got to be done. But it's a lesson learned. So if anybody's ever doing their own cards, take your time before you even approach the printer. Get the costs, and you realise, for example, these packs here is coming in at £1,600 just for these 100, and then you're looking at the postage and packaging on top. So there's a lot of money being spent, and it's not a money earner. Not with 100 packs. If you go for 200 packs, then it's obviously not as expensive. But then you have 200 packs sitting around hoping to be sold, and I just didn't want to take that risk. I took the risk and put my own money up. It was about £300-400 I put up out my own money to get the cards printed. But if you're going to do it, do research. Don't just do it. Just do your research first.
Yes, absolutely.
Good advice. Good advice, says Kelly Rocket. So thank you, Richard.
I think the more people did their cards, because you can get it. It could have been cheaper. Admittedly, I could have gone to China and got a company in there, because a lot of people I know go to China and get the cards done. I chose not to. I chose to stick with a UK company. So everything was done in the UK, because one, I don't know what the quality was like and the delays. Yes, I had to spend £60 out of my own pocket to get the cards to come in so I can then check them. And that's when I found the mistakes and the issues with the packs. But it's worth it, because if you just think, oh, it'll be fine. And even when I proved everything, they come back and said, oh, we've done something wrong with the print in the book. It doesn't look right. Can you redo it? And I went, no, I'm not going to redo it. I sent you the proof. I've agreed the proof. Now print it off. If you have to make adjustments, then obviously that's your mistake, not mine. Because I know everything I do is I'm quite fussy, as some of you already know. When I do my work, it's got to be correct.
Yeah.
You know, I can't have things going wrong. So I know when I sent all the images to them, everything was correct. So it is them who did the mistake, because what they did silly, they sent me some photographs of what they did, and you can clearly see they printed it wrong. So when I rang them up and said, look, are you aware you've done it wrong? And they tried to blame me. And I went, oh no, absolutely not in a million years would that be me. If it is, I'll put my hand up. This wasn't me. And I said to them, I know you're probably trying to delay it. I want these packs sent to me Friday morning by 1 o'clock at 12:30 at the latest. That is it. No ifs, no buts. I want them here. And that was on the Wednesday afternoon when I contacted them. So they yet again tried to delay it more. And I went, no, I'm not having it. I don't care what you've got to do. I've paid you the money. I paid this money a couple of months ago. I expect it to be here now. Too long for the delay.
Yeah.
But yeah, there you go.
Well, they're on their way. They're, I keep seeing, it's my weird sense of humour. Little Hogwarts owls that running around dropping cards on people's doorsteps. So the cards will
Yeah,
be
and we've
out,
done it.
well
Yeah,
done,
we've done
Richard,
it
for
so
all your
you
hard
have they're
work.
signed. Thank you. They've done it so they're signed for, and then that means we can't get anybody saying, "Oh, I didn't receive my pack." I said, "Well, you did because the post office has told me you got it."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So because I'm not saying anyone would do it, but some people I don't know, they send their money, think, "Oh, I'll get some money back," and say, "I never got it," and I get another pack.
Mm.
You know what I mean? It's got to be, because I'm not a big organisation like an online retailer who don't care about. They make billions, and for this, it's not the same. As I said, it's mass produced. This isn't. There's only 100 packs. There you go.
And they are
Well,
unique.
That's it. I'm done.
we are the lucky few. Thank you, Richard. We are the lucky few
Fabulous.
that have them.
Yeah.
So, and everybody, when you receive your pack, please take a picture of you with your pack or the pack if you don't want to have a picture of yourself, and just say hashtag I've got the cards and put it around Facebook, um, Instagram, and TikTok so that people know that they're there, they're out there, and then you can start using them, and they will help and change your life, and also when you read them for other people as well. So it's exciting stuff, isn't it?
It is exciting times, and I can't wait. I will be sitting out on the doorstep with a glass of unnamed brown liquid in one hand, and my clammy paw outstretched with the other, waiting for my delivery. I'll even have a pen in my hand waiting. Can't wait to get mine, and yes, join the trend and start the hashtag. I've got the cards.
Absolutely.
And there's been a lot of comments that Richard will have ignored deliberately because he doesn't like asking. But he doesn't like asking. I'm going to. It's not a requirement. He would never expect it. But if you can afford to chuck a couple of quid towards the postage, feel free to do so. He won't send it back, but he would never ask for it either. So there you go.
But £100 here or there will be fine. I don't mind. I need a new car.
Terry's just put up a comment. If you want to add your photo to the fan page, then we're happy to do that. So if you want to happy for people to add their photos to the fan page if they want to.
Fabulous.
So that'll be fabulous. So we can have a lovely page of pictures of everybody that has their cards. So that would be, I think, a nice memory for SPTV. So that'd be great.
We'll certainly never forget.
I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do a competition to give a pack away. I know we spoke about it last year, and the idea never came forward. But I've got to look at costing first.
Yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. Let's see, because you might not have enough left over if people want it, because there's been so much interest now as
No.
well. You might not have enough left to give away, mate. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
put a pin in that one and wait and see who buys them. And
Yeah.
thank you for coming on and explaining the situation,
That's
Richard.
okay.
And
Let's do Cape May now,
talk,
shall we?
yeah, talking of tarot cards, it's time for some more, but from a different voice, a different face, and a wonderful, wonderful friend of SPTV, our outside broadcast co-host, the lovely Kate May and her tarot scope. So it is that time, and I haven't asked you to say it for a fortnight, Karen. What time is it?
It's Roland Richard time.
Sin.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to your week ahead for the 27th of May. We are almost in June. How did that happen? My name is Kate May, Modern Day Mystic. This is your week ahead tarot reading for each zodiac sign. You can catch me on katemay.co.uk if you want to book a reading or session or see what I do. Okay. Oh, Aries, Three of Swords. Not the best card to start the week. However, this is all about releasing, accepting, acknowledging. There might be some disappointment this week, Aries. There could be some emotional things that you've got to go through, Aries. This week, suck it up and release it. Don't hold on to things. Don't try not to bury your head in the sand or try not to put a lid on things. This is about releasing. This is one of the cards that are better when it's reversed. So we want to release that. Ooh, we want to release, literally want to throw it away. Aries, we want to release that energy. We want to cry. We want to let it go. And that is going to help with the healing process. Okay, Taurus, King of Swords. Now, there could be some important influences around you this week, Taurus. Perhaps people that aren't emotionally attached to you that can give you some logical, sound advice. You yourself might need to be very logical, using your head, not your heart this week. So pay attention to what's going on logically. Could be the need for a counsellor, a lawyer, or speaking to somebody in a consultant, speaking to somebody in a very high position. But this is all about unemotional things and logical things. And that's going to be the aim of the game this week. Gemini, your week ahead message. Three of Pentacles. Teamwork, collaborations, being part of things is going to work better for you. Success is there within a team. So try not to do too much on your own, Gemini. Try and collaborate with others. Look out for new projects coming in where other people are involved. It's almost like you can bring something to the table, they can, and that person can, and together you're a whole. So good news for teamwork, and anything to do with architect or anything to do with building, home building is going to be more positive this week. You're reaching milestones. Cancer, have patience, trust and have patience. You're in it for the long haul. Now, there could be roads to recovery around you, albeit a long recovery, but it's still recovery. You may need to be the middleman within a situation this week, Cancerian, so you could find that you're trying to mediate a situation. But do things in moderation. Get one foot in one camp, one foot in the other camp. Balance is going to be important, but this card is a harmonious card, so it does indicate that harmony will be there. Okay, and it brings that influence of harmonious energy. So whatever's going on, even if it's been going on a little while, Cancerians, the long haul is it's going to be balanced. It's going to be all right. Stay with it. Leo, Three of Wands. My little pretty cat. Three of Wands, Leo. You're making plans. You're ready to action things, Leo. You're ready to move things forward. Exciting times ahead for you here. Reaching positive milestones, but it's planning and preparation now. Again, you could be looking to join teams or be part of a situation where there's other people involved, but planning and excitement is coming your way, Leo. It's fun in the sun. Virgo, you're reaching victorious milestones again, Virgos. This card indicates that you are getting places and you're in a good position to enjoy a bit of glory. So sit back, enjoy it. Jupiter in Leo, bask in that fun activities and what you're winning, what you're achieving. This is a good week for you, Virgo, where you should be achieving great things there and getting that recognition. But most importantly, people around you enjoying you and in celebrating with you. You can relax for a little bit, Virgo. Libra, got your own card, the Justice card. There could be some legal situations going on this week, Libra. There may be things that you need to deal with or make a big decision or have someone around you make a big final decision. Truth is important this week, Libra, as well as getting everything balanced. Possibly important paperwork, documents, perhaps to do with home situations. but it's things of an important nature. Flag up this week for Libra to be able to get sorted once and for all. Truth is important, but also dipping your toe into new opportunities, just a toe. Sagittarius, nope, Scorpio, Magician, you can do it. You've got all the tools to do the job, Scorpio. This is the week to go for it, to manifest things, to create your dreams as above, so below. Your dreams can become a reality this week, Scorpio. Go for it. Sagittarius, off to the races. You're moving. Things are going to take that next stage. You're going to get going with things that are really moving forward for you. Could be travel opportunities, but get going. Move things ahead. Capricorn, it's the end of situations, difficult times, challenges, everything is coming to an end. Find something that you know needs to finish, needs to get done, complete. Aquarius, don't rock the boat. Keep doing what you're doing. Follow your instincts. Don't want to change anything. Stick to tried and tested methods. Spiritual learning and teachings will be very important. And Pisces, money is coming in around you, Pisces, connected to good family news. I know I've had to be quick there, but enjoy that, Pisces.
Excellent stuff. Thank you, Kate May. What a beautiful, beautiful demo there of your excellent talents. And of course, people can be doing it themselves a little bit at home for themselves in the next few days and weeks ahead, because the cards from SPTV are winding their way out and about. And there will be, at some point in the not too distant future, a Zoom cast with Richard, in relation to those beautiful cards that Karen's got. See, it's only fair that you got yours a few days before me, because obviously when it comes to the when it comes to the app, you can't access it because you're an Apple girl rather than a Google boy.
That's very true. So I've got, yes.
We are
yes,
back in balance now. We are back in balance.
We are.
I
Yes,
have
you've
to
got
admit,
the app.
there was
I've got the cards.
Yeah. There was a comment from Lindy Molyneux, and I saw a few people agree with it. I agree with you too. I reckon we should auction off the last one. So
Yes.
keep hammering it away, you know. But it's so exciting, and I can't wait till tomorrow to get my clammy paws on
Absolutely.
the on the cards.
And of course, more exciting news. We have Minty May tonight at 8:30. The lovely Minty May.
Absolutely.
So stay tuned. Stay tuned. So 8:30 tonight we have Minty May, who is a wonderful medium. So come and join us for that. It all happens, doesn't it, Nick? It all happens.
It all does. It really, really does. And what I love is that it all happens over the weekend, so we get to talk about it on the Monday as
Absolutely.
exclusives. So
know.
yes, do stay tuned, and the special announcements ain't over, because we will have a special exclusive on Wednesday when we've both got our packs with us as well. So stay tuned for that.
We can be let loose with our pack.
Yes, I can be let loose with my favorites. Because I do love those cards. I really, really do. Some of them even more than others. I might even advertise. Oh, that's a good idea. I've recently joined a new group. Yeah, I've recently joined a new Facebook group that combines two of my favourite things in the whole universe. And with cards like my favourite, they might be interested because it's spirituality amongst other things. And like I said, two of my favourite top three things in the universe, they might be interested in making a purchase of those extra decks that will be launched on the website exclusively very, very soon.
Yes.
It's exciting times ahead. And Richard is, of course, looking forward to having a bit of a rest. Well, no, what I was going to say was there's going to be a new version of the Macarena. Hey, I've had enough now. So that the actions.
Nick, you are funny.
Well, we've got a cheer. We are supposed to be brightening people's day after all, and if I can be the comic relief, I don't give a what's it.
It's exercise, a form of exercise.
It is, yeah.
Love
Yeah,
it.
that was actually the actions of packing an envelope, you know.
Yes.
You know, it's not my morning exercise routine because I don't have one. Mine is um hmm. That's about it. But I thank you, Ashley, the lovely Reverend Ashley.
Oh,
They're one
that
of
was
our fellow
hilarious. I love it.
co-hosts. No end to your talents. Thank you, darling. I try my best. But no, we should. Oh, we did talk about trying to do a musical TikTok. We should do the reverse Richardina. Yeah, it is literally. Ashley, you're right. See, Ashley knows it. It's literally
She
big
does.
box, little box. We
Yes.
should do that
Yes.
with our cards as the TikTok stitch thing that we said we were going to do about 50 years ago. You know.
We did. We did. Yes. Do you remember? I used to. Someone did it for me for a birthday at work. They sent me this link, and it was where they do it at Christmas, where you can make little elves dance and you put your face
Yes.
on and things like that. Well, someone did it for me, for my birthday, and it's absolutely hilarious. We should do something like that, and we could all hold our cards.
Yes, yes, I will have a nosy. I will have a nosy. But it is exciting times, my friends, and you know, you'll be able to do your own readings very, very soon. And of course, we'll be doing ours also very, very soon.
Yes,
Um,
we will.
but it's just great to finally be able to say they're on their way out. I know Richard appreciates it, and I want to say to everyone who's at home and online watching, and those that will be watching later as well, because I know we do have quite a few people who catch up later. Thank you for your patience. It's going to be worth the wait based on her expression, I tell you. Um,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
What happened to the panto?
Ah,
Yeah, price increases. That's what happened. You know,
yeah.
it's been quite endemic of the whole life that we are leading right now. Putting it on would have been extremely inefficient in terms of cost and practical legalities. So, although the SPTV Panto per se isn't in pipeline as we originally suggested it, I have been looking into certain things that we can do so that we can have something that will be a little bit easier to do. And I have not in the past couple of weeks, but you know, before that, well, certainly before I was poorly. Um, I have been looking into ideas and I have got something in the pipeline that may be workable
Ooh,
that everyone can
ooh.
enjoy and have fun with. But I'm going to keep that as an exclusive all to my very own, and I will reveal when the time comes.
Oh, well,
Obviously,
this
Karen
this
and
sounds
Richard will know
exciting.
before everybody else. But
Oh no, it's not, Nick. Love it, Ashley.
oh, Ashley, I
Oh,
love you. I really,
I
really do.
because it would have been fun because we already had lots of people that wanted to be part of it. So and even I got roped in. So it will be something to look forward to. Chrissy has just said you'd make a great widow twanky. So yeah, but I think you'd already started, hadn't you, with all the
Yeah,
plots
I'd
and
actually
everything.
got the whole of Act One was already done. So it's not like it was for a lack of a script. But you know, I will finish it off and see if I can tweak it to fit this idea that I've had so that all of the bases are covered. And it would require involvement from SPTV hosts still, so it would be a collective thing. I think that's probably why it got put on hold. Because if I was playing Widow Twanky, I think everybody would quite nervous at yelling at me. He's behind you, but that's another story for another day. We've got a panto coming up in the village in a couple of weeks, and it's kind of like down my street too. I love panto. The first thing I ever performed outside of school was in a panto. I was Abanaza. The nasty old.
Oh, I could see that. I could see
I
that.
had
I
a
bet you were good.
wonderful long beard and a wonderful long wig that used to catch the scenery every time I walked past it. I nearly took the whole house down, and it wasn't through ovation. But yes, it's good fun, and I really, really, really would like to do something with it. But we will see what we will see. But obviously,
Well,
Karen and Richard get the exclusive first. Soon as they've heard it, and Richard says, "Oh dear, what am I letting myself in for?" Yes, then everyone else can hear about it. But we'll see
absolutely.
what we'll see. We'll see what we'll see.
Well, we just have to watch this space because, you know, friends of mine are involved in the Panto Society in Lamberhurst in Kent, and we go every year. Although of course now I'm in Lincolnshire, it's difficult. But they start planning about September, October, and I
Hmm.
within the village, there's this sort of you know, everybody's nervous. Who's going to go for this role? Who's going to go for that role? And of course, they have all the children involved, and it's a whole long process. They rehearse for ages, and then they all I think they rehearse for ages because they all like to go to the pub afterwards for a drink after the rehearsals. So, but it is a big thing. They have pantomime societies, and it is a great way of getting people together. And also, you know, acting and doing things like that is great confidence builders for children.
It really is.
Um, my son, he started doing things at school and then became involved in the Beckenham Little Theatre when he was about 8 years old, and he's still in that profession now. So, and he's a wonderful speaker and he's a wonderful actor and presenter. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it is a wonderful way to bring confidence, and you never know, it could turn into your full-time profession. So there
Yeah.
you go.
I have to.
There you
I'm
go.
loving the comments.
So,
Marjorie from
mm.
Pennsylvania.
My
Her.
computer's just done a very strange thing, but I think it's disappeared now. I had a
Oh.
floating I had a floating orb thing in the corner.
Oh,
You
hello.
and Rich, yeah, I know, a floating orb thing in the corner, and I'm thinking, what's
Yeah.
that? I've noticed lots of different things sort of popping up in my screen, but maybe it's time that we took a short break to pause and reflect, because I think it would be quite nice now if we had our very special what if section. What do you think, Nick?
I think that's an excellent idea.
Yes.
So, let everybody know that you're watching. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe. And there used to be a way of communicating with people that related to birds, but as it doesn't happen anymore, we have to make our own little tweets. And Richard has today. So here's today's what if. Here we go.
Here we are.
And whilst
I'm
we're waiting
okay.
for that, I will just go back to what I was going to say a minute ago. Marjorie, bless her, she says her ancestors are from
Are we ready?
Lancashire. So that's not too far from us as the bird flies. Speaking of which, now we will have our what if.
What if the gentle arrival of a red-breasted robin wasn't merely a fleeting moment in nature, but a profound message from beyond? You notice a robin, its chest aglow with the fire of memory, bringing with it a wave of emotion that fills the space left by those we've lost. A bearer of love, a tangible reminder that the bonds we form are indelible, transcending the barriers of the physical world. In every flutter of its wings, in the softness of its gaze, there's a message. I am here, always with you, never truly gone. The robin's visit stirs something deep within us, a mixture of joy and sorrow, a longing for one more moment, one more conversation. Yet, with its presence comes a comfort, a soothing balm to the soul, reminding us that love never fades, it only transforms. As the robin takes flight, let it lift your spirits, knowing that this brief encounter is a gift. A sign that those who have departed this world are just a heartbeat away, watching over us with love and tenderness. Let this be a moment of reflection, of gratitude for the love shared, and a reminder to cherish the memories, for in them our loved ones live on forever. Today, let's hold this visit close to our hearts as a beacon of hope that even in grief there is beauty, and in remembrance there is solace. The robin's message is clear: love endures, connecting us to those we miss across time and space.
Close Encounters of the Compassionate Kind. How
Oh, I
wonderful.
love that.
Thank you for that, Richard.
Oh,
It's
beautiful.
always good to take a moment to pause, reflect, and consider. It's about coming together and thinking about who we are, where we've been, what we've done, but also about thinking about what we're going to do next and where we're going to move to in our lives. And certainly, robins have always been a huge, huge indicator of that in my family personally, and many of the members of the church of which I'm a part of. Interestingly enough, you spoke about the panto and everything. The first panto I ever did at the age of 15. Thank you, Marjorie, for your kind comment about me being too cute to be Ebenezer. By the way, it's the very same stage that we work in front of on a Thursday night at church. And it's very rare to go a fortnight without hearing someone there say, I had a robin come and see me. Do you think that was so and so? And they make make use of everything. So why not a robin? Because it is such a beautiful and endearing and compassionate and friendly and warm and uplifting symbol of hope. And I certainly feel that today's What If captured that sentiment, emotion, and I hope you all enjoyed it.
Do you know what? I love seeing robins in the garden. In fact, I love seeing all birds, all animals come into the garden, or when you see them out in the countryside. And I think that they just make you stop sometimes. I mean, we saw we saw some rabbit. We were driving and we saw some rabbits, and then we saw a little deer, and it just makes you stop and think and pause. And sometimes we need to do that. We just need to, and you make a comment, oh, or if I'm out and about, you see a cute dog, or you see something that, and it just makes you stop. And I think that we need to take a moment sometimes to do that. And it's fun watching the animals in the garden, especially this time of year. My friend Maggie, she always, when she had the bumblebee in the garden, there was one particular bumblebee that always used to come in the garden when we were sitting having a chat, having a cup of tea. And she said, "Oh, Mother's here," and she always associates a bumblebee in the garden with her mum, and
Yeah,
it's wonderful what we associate, you know. Um, and
yeah.
Linda
Speaking
just
of,
Linda's just said, "I still can't forget when Mum came back as a fat."
right, I don't often do nepotism, but I am going to share this story. Mum's,
Please
as
do.
Karen just said, but I'm sure that deserves and requires from my fellow co-host and on-screen wife a little bit of an explanation. Um, my cousin was due to get married at around about the same time as my nan passed, and we were hoping that she'd be there, but she sadly wasn't. And everyone said, well, if she can come back and find a way of coming back and being at that wedding, she absolutely will. And we walked into the church, and Mum and Dad, scootled onto the side. I was going off doing other things because I was videoing the wedding from a cousin. I remember driving over and getting lost. No change there. But they went and sat down, and I was I was just stood beside him, getting ready to go down to the front. And I heard Dad say, "Oh, you said your mother was going to try and be here if she could. Look over there." And there was this picture hanging on the wall, and hanging from the bottom of it was a bat. And Dad was adamant that that was my nan sending a message to say, "I'm here." And so, yeah, we always say that she came back as a bat for the wedding. Bless her heart. It's a good job that she didn't turn up as
Hilarious.
her other nickname, because it had been a dragon.
Oh
Yeah,
dear,
that
yes.
would have been interesting for the groom to fly down the runway on, but there you go. But
Would,
the
would,
dragonflies, robins, butterflies.
yeah,
Debbie Callow mentioned a pigeon. You know,
yeah,
anything that's in the universe. This is an Oh, here we go. This is an interpenetrating universe where there is the spirit world, there is the physical plane, and sandwiched in the middle is the etheric realm where everything comes together, and that's where the influence happens. So spirit can make an influence of everything on this earth plane, and so in a way so that it can resonate with us, connect with us, and tug at our heartstrings and remind us. And as Kelly Rockets just said, bats are symbolic of rebirth, so it's incredibly appropriate.
yes.
And it really, really was, considering how she, how the I caught it on video, how the bride actually said her vows a little bit wrong, and got it wrong when she was supposed to say, in accordance with God's holy law. That's a tongue twister you do not want to get wrong.
No, no, no.
But
Yeah,
it certainly was about rebirth, and so
absolutely.
it was an uplifting day, and I'm sure Nan was there, and if she wants to make use of a bat, then she makes use of a bat. She was actually a sweetheart, really. I don't know why we always had those phrases, but it's
I know,
what builds
but
those
I know,
memories, isn't it?
absolutely. Yes, Nicola's just said herons is another one. You know, we can use all sorts of things, but it just lets us know
Yeah,
that spirit are around, that they want to talk to us, and they are only a thought away. You know, they
yeah,
just want to. They listen in. They get a bit nosy sometimes, and Ashley just said paganism includes spirit animals as totems all the time. We are just getting it in spiritualism. Yes, very
yeah.
true. When I went to Canada, Ashley, there was this town I was staying at, and they had all these wonderful totem poles, and they were lots of animals there. And I went into a shop, and there was some wonderful paintings, beautiful paintings of the totems of animals, and I bought a couple of pictures that I have in my home. So animals are just they fascinate me. They always have. And
Absolutely.
when when you're feeling low, especially our pets, our dogs, our cats, our rabbits, our birds, they know. They do know.
They do.
And they bring that wonderful empathy, and they just make you feel better. And as I said, watching animals, we always stop for a moment and watch their antics. My friend and I were coming back from a trip in Yorkshire, and all of a sudden there were some hares jumping around in the field, and we pulled over and we stopped to watch them because it was so fun. And a couple of them were having a bit of a fisticuff, and then the other ones, then they stopped, then they were having a play. It was just fascinating to watch nature. Um, nature work its magic. It's really beautiful.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now I've got a question for you, Karen.
Yeah,
What do you call an extrovert who's good at maths?
I don't know.
An
Do you
ad
call it extrovert?
an advert. And that's where we're going next. I couldn't think of a better segue. It was rubbish, but at least it moved us on. We are now going to have our break and let you know what's coming up on SPTV tonight and in the next coming days. And of course, information about everything else SPTV. So, Richard, it's time for that VT. I thank you, sir.
Help Spiritual Psychics TV grow our TikTok channel. Connect with us at SPTV UK. We're on a journey to reach our next milestone, and we need your help. Follow us today and support us going live. Imagine getting personalised readings, discovering your card of the day, and so much more. Don't miss out on the opportunity to explore new adventures with us. Follow, engage, and transform. Join our growing community at Spiritual Psychics TV with @SPTV UK on TikTok.
Introducing the SPTV app, your digital spiritual guide for an enlightening journey like no other. Immerse yourself in a world of audio and visual content crafted to inspire, educate, and entertain. Seek guidance with our card of the day, choosing up to 6 cards for personal insights. Enhance your daily life with our wellness section, featuring nutritious recipes, affirmations, and balanced living tips. Explore our spiritualism section for a deep understanding of the religion, its principles, and spiritual answers. Unravel the secrets of the clairs and broaden your spiritual horizon. Easily find local readers, therapists, centers, or churches with our comprehensive directory. Stay connected with live broadcasts, check our schedule, and get to know our insightful presenters. Delve into the meanings of angel numbers, crystals, and a comprehensive list of divination meanings. All of this and more, available for free on the SPTV app. Download now at sptv.uk/app and start your journey with your digital spiritual guide.
Join Minty May live tonight from 8 p.m, offering tarot and mediumship readings to our viewers. Tomorrow from 6 p.m, SPTV Community Showcase offers our viewers the opportunity to have their own show, be it readings, their own thoughts and opinions, etc.
Tomorrow night from 8 p.m, Deb Clark demonstrates her mediumship by offering free readings.
There she is, the Duchess herself of SPTV, live tomorrow night. And of course, tonight, small change to the advertised plan. Minty May is on at 8:30 rather than 8 as advertised. So 8:30 for the wonderful Minty May. I know you will be in good hands and have a great night. And of course, tomorrow with the lovely Deb Clark, what more could you want? Karen Wood on a Monday morning, Minty in the evening, Deb Clark on a Tuesday. We do look after you. And of course, by the time all that's rolled round, we'll be back to be let loose. So if you think we've been bad today, wait until Wednesday.
Yeah, especially when we got our hands on those cards.
I'm gonna say I'll have been sorting them into he's a 9, he's a 9,
favourites. Favourites. I don't know. What are we going to do with you, Nick?
Well, perhaps that's a conversation that we shouldn't start if we're going to be behaving and doing some messages,
Absolutely.
which is what's next. But honestly, sometimes I think I just need some holy water. And so we are now going to send out our thoughts to the world of spirit and send out our intentions to connect you with your loved ones and your friends and inspirers from the world of spirit in order to prove the continuity of life, to bring upliftment, love and compassion from the spirit world. And, do what we're here to do, really, to bring people up and give people hope. People don't like that word hope. Some people get really, really angry about that word hope, and you know what? It's been very prevalent in my life recently. I'm often reminded, though, when people say hope is slim, let's be honest, has any one of us ever known hope when it wasn't on a diet? But the point is, it's still there, and that's what we must focus on. It is so essential to maintain hope, and it reminds me that yes, firstly, Nick is beyond help, but I'm never beyond hope. And this is the thing: faith and reason, hope and thought are like the shoes on your feet. You get better and further with both than you do just one. So yes, we have reason, yes, we have understanding, and yes, we have our headspace, but don't ever let hope be the one that's squeezed out, because it does help. In actual fact, it's only one letter away from being hope. So there we are. There's everyone sitting there with a pen and paper now trying to work out whether I was right about that. But yes, you just substitute the O for an L and give it a bit of a shuffle. Speaking of which, when you receive your cards, give them a bit of a shuffle, pull yourself a card and see what gives you a bit of hope. That's how you get yourself a quick reading from an SPTV tarot pack. Now let's get some readings from the world of spirit. Who's going first this week, darling?
You are.
Excellent. Well, I think
You're
it's
in that.
only fair.
You're in that mode. I can feel
Because
it.
you,
So
yeah. You know, it is only fair considering, you know, I didn't go at all last week. And yes, there is this. You see, we know each other far too well because she can always tell when there's this change of vibration with me. It's nothing to do with me rocking side to side, but I do know there is a gentleman with me who is rocking side to side, and I do feel that he was someone who was very, very gentle, very, very thoughtful, you know, things like talking about the hope. And he also loved word plays, which is where the hope help came from, because I've never thought of that before. It just literally popped in there. And so I know that there is this gentleman, he would have rocked side to side as he thought, and it was just about daydreaming and thought. I'm pretty sure that he would have had some kind of heart condition. I've got a pain in my arm here that feels very reminiscent of that kind of physical condition. I do feel actually that he would have, at the very least, known about this way of life. But even if he didn't, he could easily have been categorized as one of us. As he gets even, oh, bless your heart, as he gets even closer, all of my joints are aching. Just, you know, my arms and my elbows and my shoulders are feeling really, really achy and painful. So not only was there this heart condition, it's also now everything's kind of like radiating outwards, and it wasn't great. But apart from this occasional frown, he would do his best not to have it seen. I do feel on a fatherly link. I know he would have been a grandfather, but I do feel that I want to talk to. I want to talk to me. I do want to talk to my daughter. Absolutely, yes. And I want to talk to my daughter because she, for the most part, has taken on board his relaxed, laid back, spiritual, calming attitude. But she's been slipping over the last few months. And he wants to kind of come forward and pick her up a bit, pick her up, turn her upside down, give her a bit of a shake, and put her back down, and say, "Go for it, girl." But it's that kind of upliftment that he needs to bring to this person. Okay. I do feel a very bitter taste in my mouth. I don't know whether there would have been blood in his mouth. I've never had that before, and please don't want that one again. So Gwendolyn says you sounds like your dad. If you can understand this is bitter irony taste, so I feel like it might have been blood. So if you can understand that in connection with your father, and if you could understand also that, my God, he had bright eyes. They say the eyes are the windows to the soul. These were bay windows. These were French windows. These were huge. His eyes were always so glowing and wide, and they sparkled like the brightest star in the sky. And it was how you knew he was all right, by how brightly they glowed. He would do well to cover up and mimic, but you just knew because of his eyes. And I do feel that he lost a bit of weight towards the end of his life as well. So if you can understand that, Gwendolyn, just let me know in the comments. Keep chatting away, so because there is a 15-second delay, I know. So when you're replying to me, I've probably moved on to something else. But if you keep engaging, I know I'm with you. And if I'm not, then, you know, obviously, yes to all, Gwendolyn. Thank you so much. So I'm going to work with you, darling, because I do feel that his main emphasis will be about you. No, he's got his elbow on the desk and he's leaning forward. He says, "No change there, no change there. You are a daddy's girl and proud." And he is, and was, and always will be proud of you. And I know I mentioned earlier about this. You do tend to take after dad, but there's been this drop over the last few weeks. What he wants you to know is that things change, and you may not be someone who likes change, but remember that those changes change too, and it's that evolving cycle of life. And I do feel that talking about the evolving cycle of life is really, really important to him. I do feel that it resonates with him in some kind of memory link, either to do with hobbies, interests, or work. There's something about the cycle of life being important, and I am hearing that Lion King song that I've already done too many songs today, so I'm not going to sing it because Richard will tell me off and we'll get copyright strikes, because I can actually sing that one quite well. And I thank you. Yes, he just said, not like me. I do feel he had a great singing voice, Gwendolyn, and he's absolutely, absolutely here for it and here for you were the exact words that I got. So it certainly sounds like there's challenges to deal with that he's well and truly up for. And you say he was your soul, but he was also your go-to. He was the one who just seemed to know. That's why I think where the spirituality comes in. I'm also being reminded, that's unusual. Oh, bless you. He would say that to you all the time. Bless your heart. Something about patches. You know, I'm not entirely sure whether they were all military, although I do see some kind of military stuff. But it's something about sewing patches on either a shirt or a jacket, that would be a memory link relating to him. Something that he would have had. You know the kind, ones. The material floppy, felty kind. No intention there to, I've just got a stack of them, and he was picking them up and thumbing through them. He said, "I could use that one. I could use that one. Because I've got a jacket coming that I want to have some on." And he's resonating with that as though he would have had these patches on a jacket or a coat or an overall. So there's that, and he was accused of being untidy, but he was organized in his own way. People would look at how he'd got things arranged and they would say, "Oh, how do you find anything?" And he'd say, "You name what I want. You tell me what to get." And they'd say something and he said, "Right, there you go, there it is." Because it's almost like he had a photographic memory. And as I say that, Gwendolyn, thank you. What he wants you to know is, he would sing in the car when traveling together. What he wants you to know, he mentioned about having a photographic memory. He said it came in handy because oh, bless your heart. He was in the military. Thank you. He says, that last smile you gave me, even though you didn't want to, you forced it out of yourself, and I knew you meant it even though you didn't feel like you meant it. That last smile you gave me with that little like sideways wink, that you do, he says, I captured that in my mind. And even though it wasn't the last thing my physical eyes see, it was the last thing I thought of that took me up to heaven. And he said, that gave me a real boon, a real boost. He says it was like rocket fuel. Everyone else was going up the escalator. He says, I had a jetpack on and I went up because I was thinking of your smile. So whenever you smile, I'm riding high. And whenever you're happy, I'm riding high. And he wants nothing but absolute happiness and joy for you. And he is going to be there helping. He is going to be there supporting. He says, and I want to keep using my rocket pack as well. So you keep smiling, girl. And give everyone a hug for me. in that special way. And I will say God bless, Gwendolyn, and thank you for listening.
Wow, that was so beautiful. Um, oh, I love that. Love that. And I'm sure Gwendolyn will be really touched by the words that you said on behalf of Dad. So thank you. That was beautiful. As I was sitting there, Nick, I'm aware of a lady here, and I know that she had a few things that were quite wrong with her. But I feel because I just went completely cold, and I feel that she's making me aware that there was some sort of fever where she shivered, and I just feel that she shivered with the cold, but there was some underlying issue to do with a fever. And I also heard the word sepsis, and I know that there was lots of things going on with her and complications. And I feel that she must have been rushed somewhere because I've got a sense of her being rushed into hospital because it was like things were shutting down, organs were shutting down, and she was just in a very poorly way. And I think this was due to, I just feel that they didn't quite work out or couldn't work out what was going on with her body. And I just want to reach out, but there was lots of emotions going on at the time, and I just feel it was all too much for her. She felt extremely overwhelmed. Now, does this make sense to anybody? If it does, please let me know. The fever and that is really, really important because all of my body just wanted to shake, and I just felt that I was in and out of consciousness. I was just not in a good place. But with me saying that, she wants to let whoever that I'm with to know that all is well now. She's absolutely fine. I also feel that she hasn't been in the spirit world that long. So I would say under a year, or just over a year, but I want to say under a year. And so, does this make sense to anybody at the moment? Do we have any people that can understand this? And I do feel that this lady is mum. So, does this make sense to anybody? Not at the moment? Okay. Okay. All right then. So, I just feel here that she's she's taken that away now because she doesn't want to dwell on that. But she's just, and I also feel she had so much pain in her body. Okay, right. Um, okay, Rebecca. Okay, so Rebecca and Helen, but she's been gone years. But would you? I just felt cold. So, right, Helen, it feels right because I know it's not long, it's not years. So, Helen, I'm going to work with you. And I just feel here that there was lots going on, and also Sarah. But I want to say mum, so I'm going to stick with mum. So I'm going to work with Helen and Sarah. But thank you for yeah. I wanted mum, so I'm going to work with Helen. Helen, would you also understand that she had issues sort of communicating as well? I feel that she couldn't speak. She couldn't sort of let her feelings be known. But she really wants you to know that she's fine now because she's talking about the last probably year of her life. It was just ongoing appointments, hospital, lots of things going on, ups and downs. It was tough for other members of the family. But she just wants to say that all is well now. And but she doesn't also want you to think about that time because you know that trauma. But she wants you to move away from that, and she wants you to think about her life and the things that you did together. And I know sometimes the spirit world do bring in moments before they pass or what they pass with. But that's so that I can get to where I need to go, or any other medium can get to where they need to go. But she's letting that go now, and she's sort of, the energy's changing around her. So I know that she wants to talk about of happier times. And I just feel here that she just wants to come close because um, she has a great sense of humor when she was well. And I do feel she was a very quick lady. She thought on her feet. She was very, very quick. And she would come out with thoughts and one-liners. I just feel here. Now she's taking me to right, that's wonderful. She got rushed to hospital, was bedridden, and that you cared for her. And that's why she's saying it was tough for you. But she's taking me, and that's why she's saying she wants you to move away from that. She wants you to focus on the good times. And instead of taking back to the time when you looked after her and when she was rushed into hospital, she wants you to think of happier times. And I feel here, just before her diagnosis, there must have been a holiday that you were all together on. And she's taking me now to the coast. And I know there was a holiday or a trip that you went on the coast. And I know you've got a cup in your hand there. And she's saying, oh, I did love a cuppa. So I know that a cuppa was very, very important to her. Would you also understand, Ellen? I'm not sure if it's you or your mum, but where she's got terrible itchy feet at the bottom of her feet, she's just sort of like saying, oh, I did suffer with my feet a bit. So, and I feel that you've been struggling with your feet. And I just feel that she's saying now you know what it was like for me. But she keeps sort of like thinking about happier times and when the family got together. And she's saying, what's happened? She's saying it's like all the family are not sort of communicating like they used to. And I do feel that a lot of that was down to her. I feel that she would send out Christmas cards. She would make phone calls. She would do lots of sort of bringing people together. If there was events, I just feel that she would always be the force, the organizer behind it. And she's saying, communicate, talk to each other. She's saying it's important that you speak and that you open, you connect and you draw people together because that will help you. And she knows that you come on here and she knows that you've got the SPTV family, but she loved to go out and meet people because I just feel that she would have gone when she was well, she would have been out and about every day. And I also feel that she would have had like a gang or a little group of people that she was very, very close to. And I feel that they were like her little group. And when they wanted to have a bit of a moan or a bit, sort of sort things out, that's who she would talk to. It would be family or her little closed friendship group. She didn't take any nonsense from people. She was very determined, and she knew her own mind, and she knew what she wanted in life. And I know you just said, yes, she was a nurse, such a strong lady. But she's also saying that you are strong as well. You are strong, but you've just got to pick yourself up and think about all the things that you have, all the wonderful um, qualities that you have, because I feel that she did used to build people up and tell them that they are strong. And I remember I picked up the card, the warrior. So I just want to say warrior woman. And I just feel that she's trying to get you maybe to take up her mantle as the leader of the family or the leader of the pack. But that's up to you if you do that. But I feel that you would be sort of strength in numbers. She's talking about strength in numbers, bringing people together. And she also reminds me here that you did feel very much on your own when you were caring for her. And she's sorry for that, but she said you did a brilliant job. And she said nobody could have done it better. And I also feel that you learned a lot from her with her training, and I feel her training was passed on to you. And I feel that she wants you to think about the training that you've had, the qualities that you had, and maybe you could just, sort out where you want to go from now. Don't think about what's gone before. Think about where you are and what you want to do now. And she wants to just draw attention to that strength and that determination and that tenacity that she had, but also she's saying you have those qualities as well. So take her love and thank you for working with me.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Well done, Dol. What a lovely message. It's one of those days, isn't it? It is, upliftment, hope, and dealing with difficulty, all rolled into one. Well done, babe. Really, really well done. As yeah, as I sat listening, it was hard to stay focused actually because my next communicator had already decided to slip in. You know, right little madam that she is. I have. It's always difficult at times like this, and I'm sure you'll understand what I mean, Karen. But I have a young child here. But I've got to say, her wisdom. There's a reason they created the phrase "out of the mouths of babes," and I can't say for definite what reason for passing was, but I've got this throbbing head and I'm having problem with the lights. I'm inclined to say something along the lines of meningitis, something like that, because the lights were pretty. It was really really bright and it was hurting my eyes, and I had to keep my eyes closed, and my head was hurting and hurting so bad. And literally the first thing she said to me was, "My head hurts. Read me a story." And I feel that's kind of like the I'm not very well. Do something for me, because when she was 100%, my God, she was a madam. Oh, you know how you see these videos of really, really authoritarian and yet so knowledgeable children on the interweb these days. Well, she would have been the star of the show of every single compilation because she's just little Miss Bossy Boots, Miss Madam, and Sass. Oh, I love the Sass. But there's this real wise old owl compassion about her too. And it's almost, and I really quite resonate because she would be gentle, she would be encouraging, and then she'd be sassy just to make you laugh. And so there was this real strength and age and wisdom, an old soul, people used to say. She said, and this is an example of the sass. She says, people said I was an old soul, but I wasn't. I was only 4. And there's this such a beautiful phrase. And the book, I keep getting shown, it looks like the Gruffalo, so I'm gonna throw that in there. It's like, and she would correct, she knew the stories so well that she would correct the reader if they said the wrong word. It's like, doesn't say that, says this. And so she was a proper little madam, and always still is. Oh my God, still is. So I don't know if anyone can understand this young lady, because she's definitely deserving of my best effort to reunite. Plus, actually, I'm a little bit scared of what she'd do to me if I didn't find her relatives. But she is absolutely this sassy little madam, and it's quite funny as well, actually. No matter what age they come through at, I always interview them in the way I was trained and developed. So, could you tell me your gender? Gender? I was a child. I didn't need to worry about stuff like that. And it was just so like literally out of the mouths of babes. Real proper sage, sassy wisdom. And I absolutely want to say hello to my mum, who I feel that connection with it was mum reading the Gruffalo getting corrected. So if you can understand this, please let us know. If not, I will obviously move forward. But what else have you got, darling? That you cannot get me to say that. Okay. I've got my hands like this, and I know there is a photo of me doing that, which is, really, really off-putting. But she's sitting with her hands on the table like this, and going, "I'm a pretty princess." And now that's recorded for history. And she's having a right old laugh in the background. Like, made you do it. And so she had a way of getting people to do what she wants just for giggles and laughter. If you're not on right now watching, I know that you are going to be watching. Think because I'm being told that there's so much going on, you don't know what's going on in your life at the moment because you're just so busy looking after everyone. But when you feel, thank you, when you feel that tug on your skirt and you look down to see if you've caught it on the furniture and on the plants and there's some kind of ornate table shape of an animal or something, or a stool shape of an animal or something. Quite often you're walking past these things, you tug your skirt and you look down to see what you've caught it on, and there was nothing there to catch it on. Doing that, and if no one can take this, this is where I'm actually going to leave it, so that when you do come on and see this, you can comment, and I will be keeping an eye out. I'm not saying goodbye. I'm just saying, okay. I don't actually know what color hair she's got. I tend not to see in colors. No, I'm literally just getting everything that I've just given. So if you can understand any of that, then obviously let me know, and I can carry on with it. Otherwise, I will move on and let someone else come through. But yeah, there's this. So just a quick recap for those that were in the kitchen grabbing a cup of tea. There's this tugging on the skirt, thinking it's furniture when actually it's not. It's her, because you look down, there's nothing there. I do feel this problem with the head and not being able to open my eyes because of the bright lights. There's this love of being read a story, and I did mention, and she did mention, the Gruffalo. I'm talking about a right sassy little madam who's very, very good at getting people to do what she wants. Yes, I'm a little pretty princess. She's laughing her head off again, and she's got that sass. She's that madam. She'd look great on TikTok, telling everybody what to do. But also, she had this wise sage compassion that really, really, really made her seem like she had been here for hundreds of years, even though right. Well, I obviously interpreted meningitis because I had. Right. Here's the thing, Debbie, because I am going to start, because she is starting to step back now. Here's the thing, Debbie. If you are able and willing to show this to your friend, and she's okay with hearing stuff like this, if she's not, don't force it down. I'm not big on that. But if you are able to approach the conversation, tell her what I've said, show her what I've said, and I will tell you that I know you've said brain tumor, but I don't know whether it was just one or whether it was over a wide area, because I felt three like here, and it's just slightly to the side, and there's these. It was almost like a cluster, three there. So 1, 2, 3, and I could feel it pushing in 3 places here, and that's why my head was hurting. So if your friend can understand that, that's a little bit of confirmation. But if not, I know she will find her home. And when the person who this is for hears these words and says, "Oh, I wished I'd have been there to have seen it," I hope she doesn't think I've missed her. What she's actually saying to me is, "Well, no, because I'll just wait around you until you see it, and I'll be tugging at your skirt again. And in actual fact, it'll have probably happened just before you do." That's not fortune telling. That's just her being ready and willing to do it. So I will leave her love. And Debbie, if you are able to pass it on, please feel free to do so, and see what your friend says about this. It's just like it was these 3 sensations in almost like a triangle. Um, oh, it's okay. Her mother's very spiritual, so that's probably why she's okay at tugging at her skirt. And she would have definitely got her spirituality and her behaviour from mum. And so I will leave that with you, Debbie. And if you can deliver it and it is accepted, just let me know, because I do like to know that the message hits home. And I will say, God bless.
Oh, she sounds lovely, Nick.
She's
Absolutely
hilarious. I want
real
to visit
cheeky
again.
little madam.
Yeah.
I love it.
I'll
I
be
love it.
more than happy for you to visit, darling, even though you did
Oh,
kind of get me to do that again.
I know. I like that. That is brilliant. That's brilliant. Okay, I have a lady here, and she's making me feel that she's grandmother. And I also she's brought in a friend. She's brought in a lovely dog, and it's quite a big dog, and it looks a bit like a German Shepherd or a German Shepherd cross. I think it might be a German Shepherd cross, but it's got very much German Shepherd look about it. And this dog, I feel, was connected with the grandmother. And I just feel this dog was very well trained as well, because it's sitting there, it's so patient, and it's looking up for its treat. And I just feel grandmother's here with it. And I don't know if there was dog, if she trained dogs, but she's obviously got, she's got quite control of this dog. But she's just stepping forward here. And I know that grandmother was quite, again, I think we're in a mood of sort of determination and sass today, because I do feel that grandma was, shall we say, quite feisty, and she had a lovely gentle side, and she was a great listener, but she wouldn't, you wouldn't want to cross her, because she would tell you as it was. She was a very plain speaking lady. And I feel she didn't care if you were male or female, she'd tell you off. And she was very, very strong, and very, the word sort of very stoic, I want to say. And even when she was in pain, it's like, oh, she's making me feel like she sucked it all up and just carried on. She was very much of that type. I also feel here that she would have walked very fast too, because I've got her sort of striding out now. So I feel that she would have walked very fast, and she would have known lots of people in the area. I know it's a common name, but I'm also hearing the names of Mary and Margaret. So does anybody understand this at the moment? And I know that there was she worked she knew I'm on the outskirts. It's a small town, but it's surrounded by countryside, because I can feel that she would have walked out of the town into countryside. So it's sort of like a semi-rural area. It's making me feel a little bit Northumberlandish. So I don't know if it's sort of Northumberland or around that area. I just feel that it's very sort of hills. There's lots of hills around where this lady is. So it just reminds me of a place I went to in Northumberland. So she's just here, and she's coming with this dog, and they're together. So if you can let me know if you can understand this, that will be absolutely fabulous. I feel also that she was a little bit, she must have organized people, or I feel she would have organized people in the family. And I also feel that she would have been involved in like committees and clubs and things like that. And she could be a little bit straight-laced until you got to know her. And then I feel that she could be quite fun, and also because I feel that she would have said a few, shall we say, risque things in her time, and it always came across as if she was a little bit, it was a little bit sort of right, it's quite strong. We're in lots of hills around the area. Not sure about the dog. Okay, Rebecca, the dog is quite important, because I saw the dog first. So I just feel that there's a German Shepherd dog that is connected. So if anybody else can understand that, or maybe the dog is for somebody else, I don't know. But is there anybody else, Richard, that can also understand this with the dog? Sadly not. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Right. That's better. That's better. Police dog at home, German Shepherd, lived in the village. Right, absolutely. Um, Fantastic, Ashley. That's what I wanted because I know this dog was very well trained, and I know that it sort of like would have gone to commands. So that feels absolutely spot on. She's just making me laugh here because I feel that she would have sort of marched around the village where she lived, organising things, and she would have sort of banged on the door. Would you understand where she would have had a stick at one time, Ashley? Because I feel I want to bang on the door with a stick, or she would waving it in the air here, sort of saying hello, waving her stick in the air, or a walking pole, or whatever it is. But she's just coming in, and she wants to connect with you. And because I do know a little bit about you, but I don't know everything. But would you understand that you're in the process of organizing something to do with bringing people together? And I do, she said, organizing can be a bit of a headache. And I feel that you've got to have patience. She's saying just have patience. And I also feel here that she's sort of like this lady loved the outdoors, and she wants to encourage you, Ashley, to be outdoors and do something for you because she's saying here that you've been doing a lot for others and not taking some time out for you. And she wants to get you and your family outdoors. And she wants you to take them to the countryside, to country parks, to get them to walk, and also down to the coast. She's also referring here to a rocky cove. Um, and I just feel that she's referring to a rocky cove. So I know that you would have had to have walked down some steep steps from a cliff down to this rocky cove. And she's taking me, and I've got um, a fishing net here, and you would have gone sort of like foraging for bits and pieces. And I do feel that she was a little bit of a forager, and I feel that she would have made things from the things that you would have foraged, like shells and stones and things like that. And I just feel she would have had lots of sort of nature things in her house, you know, stones. And would you understand where you or somebody paints the stones to make them into like an animal or um makes them into something else? Because I can see a stone being formed into the face of a cat or a hedgehog or something like that, because that's what she's making me aware of. And there was like shell pictures going on here too. And I also feel that she read with you. That's where you um, gained your love of books. And she said, from books comes knowledge and wisdom. And I feel that she said it was like you would always question things. And she's laughing because you question, I know that you are a minister, but she said you questioned God or the interpretations that you've been given at a very early age. And she's making me feel of about 8 when you sort of looked as if to say, that I don't think that's quite correct. And I feel she says that you've all had your own interpretation of things. And I feel that she was the same. She questioned life, she questioned things, but she said, trust that your own decisions that you make. So I just feel, oh, that's brilliant that you're planning a lovely half term out and about. I feel she's going to join you, Ashley, and I just feel she's such a wonderful soul and a wonderful energetic lady. It's been my pleasure to connect with her for you today, and I just feel that she wants to be with you at this time. She wants to hold your hand and just say that you're not alone. So take her love. Take her love.
Oh, beautiful. Absolutely stunning. And Ashley says that is one of my most favourite memories from years ago, fishing in Cornwall. She was a
Oh,
collector of things, and that was me when I was younger. Painting stones and crystals, the hedgehog is significant too.
oh
Wonderful,
well, I'm so
wonderful.
pleased.
And she was a prolific reader.
Rita.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And my friends, oh, we've reached that time of the day.
I know.
Karen
It's
Wood's
sad.
off to do her work. Richard's off to pack more envelopes, and I'm off to feed some bunnies. But of course, we will be back on Wednesday, where Richard, in his infinite wisdom and bravery, decides that Karen Wood and Nick Brown are to be let loose.
Oh dear. Yes, but we are
Whoopsie.
going to be let loose with these little
We
beauties on
certainly
Wednesday.
are. We certainly are.
So
I
I'm
cannot.
excited about that.
I'm gonna go and grab a tent and actually pitch it in the front garden, so that I can, pounce on the postman as he walks up the driveway. And I just can't wait. And everyone at home, I'm sure you're all looking forward to as well. But thank you all for being with us today. Thank you to everyone who's engaged in conversation, given some really wonderful suggestions about how to deal with the cards, and your support for this channel is always appreciated. Karen, pleasure to be back. Thank you for having me back, darling.
Oh well, I love my Monday mornings with you and my every other Wednesday mornings with you, and it's been absolutely wonderful. Don't forget, tonight we have Minty May at 8:30. Tomorrow we have Deb Clark, and then it's us back on Wednesday. So it'll be wonderful. And don't forget, hashtag I've got the cards when your pack arrives, and put your pictures up on the SPTV fan page, and flood Facebook with the SPTV cards, so that everybody can see that we have them. And please use them, because they are beautiful.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much. And thank you to Richard for being our guiding light in our ear, and also with those beautiful cards. Thank you so much.
Fabulous.
So until we meet again, it's been my pleasure.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Richard. Thank you, everyone at home. And remember, until we meet again, be brave, be bold, and know that you are important. God bless one and all.
Bye.